The majority of men believe that cheating occurs accidentally, as a random error or a sign of weakness. But the reality is that some were going to look at the kinds of women who are most likely to cheat today because women are wired to cheat, not because they're bad or because they despise their partners, but because of psychological patterns and habits that make it inevitable. If you don't notice the warning signs, you'll be the guy left wondering what went wrong while she's already moved on. Pay attention, because if you've ever met one of these women, you know exactly how dangerous they can be. Let's start with the attention addict, who is never satisfied. Some women claim to want a faithful, devoted man who puts them first and treats them like royalty. But when they do find that man, it's never enough, because for some women, attention is more dangerous than love. You can give her your time, loyalty, and devotion. But as soon as she leaves the house, she needs every other man in the room to notice her. And if they don't, she will find a way to get their attention. She appears charming, self-assured, and enjoyable at first. She laughs readily, flirts with ease, and has a way of drawing others to her. At first, it seems innocuous, but then you start to notice things. Perhaps it's the way she always looks for approval. Perhaps she never stops talking about other guys pursuing her like she needs them, because she posts photographs online that seem to be intended to elicit emotions from men. You should be aware that she's always in demand. Maybe it's because she flirts a little too much. The worst part is that she doesn't believe she's doing anything wrong by flirting, keeping guys on the hook, or keeping one foot in the realm of possibility. For her, receiving attention from other men is simply a normal part of life, but to you, it's the beginning of something dangerous. In the same way that some people chase drugs, gambling, or social media likes, women like this don't just enjoy attention, they need it. This is a form of validation addiction. The biggest mistake men make with attention addicts is to assume that if I love her enough, she won't need anyone else. She feels empty without it, and that emptiness motivates her to constantly seek out more praise, more attention, and more evidence that she is still wanted. The worst part is that the more you love her, the more she values your attention. This is known as the law of diminishing returns. At first, your praise, affection, and validation made her feel amazing. But as time goes on, she grows accustomed to it and no longer gets the same high, which is why she keeps male friends around, flirts in ways that make you uncomfortable, but never technically crosses the line, because she doesn't want to cheat, but doesn't want to stop feeling wanted either. What happens when she finds a guy who gives her that high again? A stranger who makes her feel gorgeous, or a colleague who compliments her? An ex-partner who contacts you at random will tell herself it's nothing, and initially it might be. But gradually she pushes the boundary farther and farther until one night she crosses it entirely. And when you finally find out, she won't even comprehend why you're so hurt, because, to her, it was never about betraying you, but rather about regaining the feeling she lost. Which is why there's only one way to win when you're with a woman like this. Get out of here before you turn into another man. She's grown bored of two. Some women fall in love quickly. They love the rush of a new relationship, the butterflies, the passion, the excitement, and for the first few months, they tell you that they've never felt this way before. They make you feel like you're the center of their universe, and then it fades. Not because you changed, not because you did anything wrong, but because she got bored at first. She won't admit it, not even to herself. She'll still act happy and post pictures of the two of you two together and tell you she loves you, but underneath it all, she's restless. She starts to withdraw. She stops texting as much. She seems distracted when you talk, and when you ask her what's going on, she says nothing. Some women aren't built for stability. They claim to want a committed, healthy relationship, but when they actually get one, they don't know how to handle it because, in their past, love was always linked to chaos. Perhaps they grew up in a home where arguments, breakups, and drama were common. Or perhaps they've only dated toxic men who left them wondering if they were truly loved. In any case, they've been conditioned to believe that love should feel intense, So when they find a good man who is stable, kind, and consistent, they don't know how to process it. Instead of feeling safe, they get bored, and that boredom becomes dangerous because her mind starts looking for excitement elsewhere. She might flirt with other men to feel something, pick fights, with you just to create drama. She will tell herself it's harmless to go out partying more and pursue that single life thrill once more. But one day, she meets a guy who gives her that rush again, and all of a sudden, she finds herself in an emotional affair. She justifies flirting and testing the waters to see if she still has options, until she cheats. Not because she no longer loves you, but because she doesn't know how to live in a relationship without chaos. The hard truth is that you cannot fix her. A woman like this cheats because she is wired for instability, not because you failed her. Even if you try harder to keep her attention and give her space to miss you, it won't make a difference, because eventually she will get bored again and start looking for the next thrill. For this reason, the best thing you can do is never try to keep a woman who is addicted to chaos, because if she's the type that gets bored all the time, she won't stop looking for excitement until she destroys everything in the process. 3. Some women cheat repeatedly because to them, it's a game. They don't feel guilty or ashamed, and if they are discovered, they will weep, apologize, and vow they won't do it again. But then they cheat again. These women will never be faithful to any man, even if they are married, even if they claim to have changed. They will always find an excuse to say things like, "I wasn't happy in the relationship, he wasn't giving me enough attention, it just happened." But in reality, it didn't just happen. It happened because that's who she is. And if you fall for her, you're just the next guy in a long line of victims. Psychologists refer to this as compulsive infidelity. One kind of woman who thrives on the night, unable to resist the allure of flashing lights, loud music, and the electrifying rush of receiving attention from strangers, is the party girl who never grew up. She seems thrilling at first, the life of the party, impulsive, crazy, and always ready for an adventure. But here's the catch. Because of her addiction to freedom, she views commitment as a cage. She may act as though she's ready for something serious, and she may even believe it. But in her heart, she still craves the thrill of the unknown. The issue isn't that she goes out. Rather, it's the way she acts when she does. She drinks until she passes out, flirts to feel wanted, and thrives on attention from other men because it reminds her that she still has it. The worst part is that she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. She'll tell you it's just dancing, and she'll swear you're being insecure, but in reality, she's repeatedly playing with fire until she gets burned. Not every woman who likes to party is a cheater. But if her lifestyle always revolves around seeking attention, avoiding responsibility, and living in the moment, she's not built for loyalty. Because to her, love is just another thrill. One she'll trade. The second, something more exciting comes along. 5. The one who still talks to her ex when a woman refuses to cut ties with her ex. She's keeping a door open, not just for casual conversation, not just for friendship, for something more. A woman who constantly brings up her ex, texts him, or still keeps in touch isn't fully yours. She might tell you, "We're just friends now. He was a big part of my life. You're overreacting." But the truth is simple. If a woman truly respects you and your relationship, she wouldn't need that connection anymore. Keeping an ex around is like keeping a fire extinguisher in a house that isn't burning. Why is it still there? Because a part of her doesn't want to let go. And if you think she wouldn't cheat with him, remember, cheating starts in the mind before it ever happens in the body. The late-night conversations, the "I miss the way we used to talk" texts, the moments of nostalgia, these are all emotional breadcrumbs leading to something more. Even if she doesn't cheat physically, she's still keeping a safety net, and that means one thing. She's never really been yours to begin with. Most men think that if they show a woman that they love her enough and give her everything she wants, she will remain faithful. However, some women aren't made for loyalty. Some are attention dependent, Some require chaos to feel alive, and some always have a backup plan. If you ignore the warning signs, you'll waste years of your life with someone who was never truly yours. Don't be the guy who learns this lesson the hard way. Pay attention, trust your gut, and leave if something doesn't feel right. Take care of yourself till the next time, and I'll see you in the next film.